Hi, it's Ethan Muson, the Merchant of Success. Welcome. And in this particular episode, again among the series of how do you make, or what would it take to make this year your best ever? One of the things that I really notice that distract people or that make them veer off is that famous word, focus. It might sound like cliche, but let me ask you a question. How focused are you? How focused are you on the critical things that truly matter to your life? You see, I've noticed that one of the best ways to manage your life is to minimize distractions and increase focus on what truly matters. Because usually you'll find that when people come to the end of the year, they realize they didn't achieve much, and one of the reasons is because there are so many distractions. How many phones do you have? How many emails do you have? How many social media accounts do you have? How many adverts do you see, hear, read every day? And how many calls do you receive? How many invitations do you receive? See, we are bombarded by all sorts of things from left and right. And that means if you have all these bombardments, they will shatter your capacity to focus. Therefore, it means you really have to make a choice and say, I'm going to focus on this. And say, okay, what is most important to me? Because when you don't focus, then you won't achieve much. When you focus, you will achieve a lot. So what does it take to focus? Number one is, you start by asking yourself, what's the most critical things that I have to achieve? And recently I was reading something from Sean Mize. He's a very brilliant marketer, and I liked what he said. He said that rather than focus on 4 goals at a time, focus on 1 goal per quarter. Now, to be very frank with you, as of this recording, I'm the type that has been focusing on 4 to 5 goals in 1 goal. So I've never practiced that idea, but it makes a lot of sense. He says if you can choose to focus for 90 days on 1 goal, you achieve so much compared to focusing on 4 goals at a time. Why? Because there is that famous proverb that a man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. So usually when you chase too many goals at the same time, you end up achieving little or nothing. So that concept of, you know what, let's focus on one thing. I recall one of my colleagues at work was saying before I secured all this equipment, he said, you know what, it's better we focus on one thing at a time, because I wanted lights, cameras, audio stuff, all at the same time. I said, no, we can take it one piece at a time. And I committed the previous year to really securing equipment, and as I speak, I'm in a more or less good position. So if I had focused on many things, I wouldn't have secured this equipment. So focusing on 1 goal makes a big, big difference. So that's something that you may consider to test out, to say, okay, like I told you, to be honest with you, I focus on 4 to 5 goals at one time, but that's something I want to figure out how to do, because I have no doubt it would be more effective and efficient to execute. So once you determine what you truly want, number 2, you ask yourself, what are the potential distractions I need to take care of? So for me, I noticed that, for example, staying at home during day is not very helpful, because my daughter will be banging on the door, daddy, daddy, daddy. And you know, you can't ignore such a little princess, you have to move out. So I've found out that it's better for me to come to office. The other distraction that you have to pay attention to could be your phone. I can put my phone in silence during this recording. Why? Because if I don't, it's going to ring, then I have to stop this recording, then pick the call. Before you know it, time is gone. Then number 3, it's always better to have chunks of activities. You say, okay, during this period, this is what I'm going to do. During this morning hours, say 8 to 10, this is what I'm going to do. It is also highly recommended that the critical activities, you do them first thing in the morning. Why? Because your level of focus is much higher, your willpower is stronger. As the day goes by, your willpower wears out. That's why I am recording this video during morning hours when my willpower is still very, very solid. So, there are some tips for you to enhance your focus, because when you focus on things that truly matter, you achieve so much. Well, now moving forward, here is a couple of suggestions for you. One is figure out the things that matter to you, figure out the distractions, and see how you can eliminate them or limit them. Then have chunks of time and focus on what truly matters. And if you have some thoughts, some ideas on how to boost focus and minimize distractions, please add your comments below this video or audio or text, depending on which medium that you're utilizing to process this information. And I would like to thank you for watching or consuming this information. If you want me to become your coach or to come speak to your staff, you can call me on +256 772 936361. You can also, I also encourage you to drop me an email, info@ethanmussolini.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. There should be a link below. So subscribe to, there should be a link with a red button, depending on what time you're watching this. There should be a red button which says subscribe. Just hit subscribe, then you'll get guidance on how to subscribe. That way you'll be able to get all the future video content that I produce. You can also like this video, share it as much as you can wherever you're watching this from. And you can, of course, check out more at ethanmussolini.com and also succeedingdaily.com. Thank you. May you stay focused and make this year the best ever. Bye-bye.